Who is this? At the time of recording this video, Marvel Rivals Season 7 has just released, and so far it seems okay. Personally, I'm not too invested in this season, and to be fair, I wasn't very invested in Season 6 either. I'm sorry, but I'm just not that big of a fan of Deadpool or that Australian person, and surely not White Fox, which is certainly a big topic in this video because I don't know if I'm the only one, but with the addition of White Fox into this game as a character, it just doesn't make any sense. Now, before continuing into the video, I want to make it clear right now that I have nothing against White Fox. I don't hate her character. I think it's fine, although not something I'd be interested in that much. She's not really the kind of character I like or would be into. I mean, if you like her, then that's good for you. I'm not dissing on you, and I'm not gonna trash on you for liking her, even though I don't. But my main issue is the fact that she's the choice for the first character to be released in Season 7 when there's a ocean of better character choices you could have done. Obscure and not obscure. To start, I think we should look into what's going on in Season 7 as a whole. It's essentially just Kingpin enacting martial law against heroes who are not from that reality, such as Captain America from 2099 and Luna Snow, and putting them inside prison because he is trying to keep New York safe, especially since Alchemax from 2099 has arrived and is causing havoc. Now, in order to solve the problem of the future taking over the present, Kingpin hires Black Cat to steal an artifact to help him in this fight against Alchemax. Now, here comes my problem. I certainly wasn't the only one who said, "Who is this?" when I first saw White Fox walk in the trailer. Because no, seriously, who is this? I mean, sure, you had small bits of teasing back in Season 6 in the final gallery card with the Black Cat and the White Fox snuggling up to Deadpool's leg, but still, I'm pretty sure the majority of players do not know who White Fox is. It's essentially the same case with Luna Snow. Now again, I have nothing against White Fox. I don't have a problem with the character. My only issue is the fact that she's being put into a season where she essentially just doesn't seem to fit in at all. From what I've read, whether it be her lore, or the gallery cards, or the little paragraphs within the login screen when you first open Rivals, it only just increases my non-interest in the character. To me, she just seems very bland and kind of boring. It's nothing really too eye-catching for me, and I feel like it's the same way for many other people. Which is fine, don't get me wrong. If people don't like her, then you're allowed to not like her. But if you do like her character, then that's obviously okay too. The one good thing I can say is that I do like her design. I think her design is pretty solid. They did nail it. I have to give them props to that. But they seriously could have done way better when it comes to selecting who could have been the second character besides Black Cat. They really could have. There's a lot of options. And I know people will be like, "Oh, they don't want to add well-known characters or popular characters first because then that means hype dies down quicker because they have less iconic choices to choose from in the future." And I get that. I understand that. It's fine that we get obscure characters every now and then. We've been on a pretty good streak, such as Angela and Elsa Bloodstone. But the thing is, there's a time and place for when a character should and shouldn't be introduced. And this is a case where a character like White Fox doesn't make sense, if you understand what I mean. Like, it just doesn't flow into the story very well. It just kind of feels like they just plopped her in there because they wanted to. Which, honestly, I believe that's exactly what the reasoning behind adding White Fox is. I think they just wanted an excuse to add another one of their characters into the game, so they can treat her exactly like how they treat Luna Snow, an industry plant. And honestly, that sucks to see because there's plenty of other characters that deserve the spotlight more than White Fox in this season. You have other characters such as Elektra, Ant-Man, possibly a member of the Sinister Six if you could make it work, Colossus, Juggernaut, especially since we already have ties to Mephisto from Season 6, or even more obscure ones like Devil Dinosaur or Cosmo. Hell, even Taskmaster would work. And now I get it, sure, those are more popular characters and it's like, Well, they wouldn't want to add two pretty popular characters, which I wouldn't consider Black Cat a very popular character. She's more of on like the half obscure, half well-known, because, I mean, when you think Spider-Man, you don't really think Black Cat unless you're a strange person. But even then, there's a lot of lesser-known characters they could have also added that would have easily worked well with the story of Season 7, such as the Hood, which he's already in the story and has been established to be present in the same prison that characters such as Captain America are located in. We see it in the comics, and we also see it in the Rivals lore, where it talks about Parker Robbins escaping the prison. You could also add Morbius, which, I mean, that's kind of a stretch, but it's also, it'd be kind of funny. He's already established to be in that universe anyway, so... Or even Paste Pot Pete, if anyone remembers, he was supposed to be a character in this game, which, despite being planned, was replaced by Elsa Bloodstone, which is pretty disappointing, despite how funny Paste Pot Pete would have been if he was added to the game. Which, don't get me wrong, Elsa Bloodstone's cool and all, but it's like, again, who is this? Now, I know some of you might also be saying, well, what about Elsa Bloodstone or Angela? You know, the other lesser-known characters. How come you're not saying they kind of feel like they've been shoehorned in the way you're saying for White Fox? Well, it's because it actually makes sense for those two. It was already established since Season 0 that Angela's baby sister Lausa was located in Kunlun. Hence why Angela goes searching for her little sister in Season 4, leading to her battle with Daredevil. With Elsa Bloodstone, she already had lore established with Deadpool. She has a past with Deadpool and knows who he is. She was also hired by the Collector to hunt after Rogue and Gambit, which was established in Season 5. But with White Fox, she hasn't been established at all. I don't think in any of the characters' story pages, or anywhere in the Rivals lore in general, mention or even talk about White Fox until now. She just kind of appears. And honestly, I think that just hurts the story more. Because when you start throwing characters in left, right, and center without having a proper reason or setup for them, you just kind of start losing the plot. The storyline we were following was the one with Rogue and Gambit in Season 5. They go to the Grand Garden, Gambit steals the contract between Mephisto and Cynthia Von Doom. Doom 2099 is struggling on remembering his past and keeps hearing his mother in his mind, so he sets off to try and find her. Grandmaster is the one who told Gambit to steal the contract from the Collector in the first place in case Doom tries to hustle him. And when Gambit and Rogue successfully steal the contract, the Collector sends Deadpool and Elsa Bloodstone after them, which results in the events of Season 6. Which, if you don't know, it ends with Deadpool releasing all of the trapped creatures inside the Collector's museum, and Doom 2099 getting his hands on the contract. Now, that part may be wrong. I haven't properly read the Season 6 storyline towards the end yet, because I sort of had a falling out with the game, because I'm going to be honest with you, Season 6.5 was really boring, and it was essentially just a nothing burger, which unfortunately seems to be the case for this Season 2. But it seemed pretty clear that they wanted to head into a direction where Mephisto and Doom 2099 becomes the center point of whatever happens next. But with Season 7, it just kind of takes a strong turn away from that. Now, this may just be a side storyline plot that's going on while the events of Season 6 and 5 are occurring, which, if that's the case, then I take back my words. But how do we go from Doom 2099, the Collector, the Grandmaster, Deadpool, Gambit, Rogue, Mephisto, Cynthia Von Doom contract to Kingpin arresting heroes and White Fox appearing because she wants to save her friend?
Speaking of unappealing lore, I forgot to include this part about Luna Snow earlier, but I felt like I should still include this part in the video.
Which again, it's also like the same case with Luna Snow. Luna Snow, who is this? She kind of just gets shoehorned into the story as well. I can't really tell you anything Luna Snow has done in the story besides just exist. If you look in Season 1, it was the Fantastic Four and the Avengers. If you look in Season 2, it was the X-Men. You look in Season 3, it was the Phoenix Force. You look in Season 4, it was the Tournament and Daredevil versus Angela. You look in Season 5, it's Gambit and Rogue. You look in Season 6, Deadpool saves the day. What has Luna Snow done? Like, seriously, what has she even done? What does she even do? I don't get it. To me, it's just proving more and more that they are only adding their own characters because they want to. Because they want to make money off of it, which I guess makes sense because it's Luna Snow and White Fox also getting added into that pool. Industry plants. I get it, they want to make money. But like, bias and favoritism gets to a point. It really gets to a point. Because when you start favoring certain characters over others, then what's the point of the other characters being in the game? If you're just not going to give them anything. Take characters like Ultron and Hulk and Black Widow and compare it to the treatment that characters like Invisible Woman and Luna Snow and Scarlet Witch. Compare their treatments. It's not very fair, now is it? And then some people are like, well, it's not bias or favoritism, they're just making stuff that makes them the most money. You're just proving my point. I don't think they need to make a bajillion Sue skins and a quintillion Luna skins, and they're all legendary, and then give Jeff his 1 trillionth skin with so many customizable features. Like, come on. Are we just gonna forget the Ultron in the alleyway with his wires hanging out? Or the Human Torch found drowned in the pool? I don't know. Rivals, I think, just needs to lock in. It really does get to a point where it's not even funny anymore. It's just boring. It's repetitive to see the same thing happen over and over again. Seeing the same characters get the same treatment over and over again. Even in balance changes, bias and favoritism is seen. With characters like Bucky only getting a slap on the wrist, while characters like Daredevil taking large hits, which some may argue is deserved, some may argue is okay, some may argue is stupid. I don't play Daredevil, that's for you Daredevil people to argue about.
On the topic of Daredevil, I think it's a little ridiculous that Luna Snow and White Fox have way more interactions with one another than Daredevil and the Punisher.
I mean, just look at the roadmap of Season 7. It's like, oh yay, look at this Invisible Woman skin. I'm sure that won't be a legendary skin. I'm sure the Mr. Fantastic one will be legendary. I'm sure of it. Oh hey, look! Look at this cool Jeff and Deadpool duo costume. So cool, I wonder who's gonna have the legendary. I will be so shocked if it's Jeff, cause who could have fucking guessed it would be Jeff? That Ultron skin deserves to be a legendary, and yet it's only an epic, and it seems to just lack effort, despite how much aura and how awesome the skin is. As a whole. Again, it just gets to a point. I don't like having to keep repeating myself and saying the same thing over and over again like a broken record, but that really is how it feels. If you agree, then you understand how I feel right now. There's so many opportunities that Rivals could have easily taken when it comes to this season. The direction that they're taking right now just isn't it. Shoehorning a character into a storyline, uninteresting plans for the season, and overall just losing the plot of what we were following in the first place. It disappoints me. But at the end of the day, what can we really do? I also find it kind of funny that they said they wanted to add more villains into this game, and yet we're 3 months in, and yet we have gotten 3 heroes. And we're getting 1 anti-hero in a month. Which also, going back to the topic of who else they could have added in the season, why not just add Kingpin? He's right there, you know. He's already well established. His lore is already pretty interesting. They already have the designs for him. It really shouldn't have been that difficult to implement him into the game. Even in the loading screens for the new map, we can see Kingpin can easily hold his ground against some of the other heroes like Adam Warlock, Black Widow, Punisher, and even Captain America. Adding Kingpin into the game as a playable character would not be far-fetched at all. But the same can't be said for White Fox. It is very far-fetched. It's like playing a game of tennis and you bring a baseball. Overall, I don't know what to think about Rivals right now. To me, it just seems like a mess. And I think they just need to lock back in, because I know they can do good. They've done good before, hence the prior seasons. But right now, I feel like they just have lost the plot. I think they took a weird direction with this season when I think they could have done way better. But I don't know. In the end, I know I won't be playing much of this season, and that's okay. If it's the same for you, then that's good for you. If you're gonna play the hell out of this season, then that's also good for you. I'm not trying to attack on anyone who likes White Fox or attack the devs or anything like that. I'm just stating my opinion and how I feel about the state of Marvel Rivals right now because it just doesn't make any sense to me. But anyways, with that said and done, fuck off.